Just to give you an idea of the contrast between these two candidates, the pro-democracy candidate who's held this seat for a number of years now was attacked by a man speaking in Mandarin on the street, had his ear ripped off. Meanwhile, the pro-CCP, the pro-government candidate, was out intimidating young pro-democracy girls. Have a look.
太古西，不要連儂牆。
好驚啊！好驚啊！
太古西，
恐嚇呢位
不
小姐啊！
要連儂牆。
你咪恐嚇佢啊！
太古西，不要連儂牆。
Your opposing candidate was attacked for those reasons. Do you not find that a bit bizarre?
I have no comment on that.
How you doing, sir? Are you a candidate?
But we have partied order that we are not going to say anything.
You can't speak?
I can't speak.
Can you tell us what actually happened to your ear?
In the early November, I was attacked by a attacker when I tried to protect the citizens, avoid the attacker's attack. And he bite my ear suddenly, and the pain and the sound blood, I will never forget for my whole life.
This is a very peaceful environment and very peaceful place.
And now, because the nerve is reconstructing, so this part, the neck and the shoulders, is connected. It will be so painful.
Why was he attacked?
Hmm?
Why was he attacked?
I have no idea.
For that attack, if the time is, we have time machine and back to at that moment, I will still come out to protect my Hong Kong citizens, because actually it's a duty call as a elected representative in the constituencies.
A lot of people are calling this a referendum when we're speaking to people on the street. They're saying that this is like a referendum to the pro-democracy movement. Do you agree that this, even though it is district, it is sort of a referendum? If the pro-democracy camp wins a majority of seats, it's a clear message?
I think my main focus today is this district, Tai Kwu West constituency.
Why do you think he's claiming that this election has nothing to do with the Free Hong Kong movement?
Because he is one of a pro-Beijing party's members, and also he is the one that will not treasure for the core values, including freedom of speech and the principle of democracy. So he is kind of one of the agents representing the Chinese authority to try to beat down democratic candidates in Hong Kong.
What I have been doing in this small district is focus on the basic level needs and basic jobs that I have been doing in this district. So
is democracy not basic? Is democracy not basic?
Just today is a very important day, and I think anything else about the outcome, the election, I will not talk about it.
So he is not living in my community. He's not a stakeholder for my community. He just come here to try to contact with me and to united front for the pro-Beijing supporters.
It goes without saying, on the professional basis and on my knowledge basis, I'm much better. I'm sympathy with him that he will never understand the values for freedom and democracy.
Do you support the 5 demands?
What?
Do you support the 5 demands?
Anything too big, any big issues is not proper in this small community. All right.
Do Do you support the 5 demands?
Yeah, of course, as a Democrat, we understand that the Hong Kong government now is not responsive to Hongkongers. They carry them and her government just responsible to the CCP and the Beijing authority.
You don't know why he was attacked?
I have no idea, absolutely.
His only district, like you say, this is about the district, this is about council. He's obviously a strong voice for the pro-democracy. He's missing an ear there. And you're claiming that this is just about local matters, but your opposing candidate was attacked for those reasons. Do you not find that a bit bizarre?
I have no comment on that.
They say in the first hour that there was about 3 times the regular attendance to previous elections. So to claim that this election has nothing to do with what's happening in Hong Kong at the moment is either delusional or a straight up lie.
So anything extra than that, I'm not going to comment on it.
Do your local residents deserve? Does your local residents deserve? See that's the CCP narrative right there for you. That is exactly what they're up against here, and it's going to be interesting what this election says when you push. This election is clearly about the pro-democracy movement, the Hong Kong protest movement here in Hong Kong. Even though it is technically, essentially council elections, this is what people, and that's why there's such a massive turnout, is that for people, this is a referendum. This is going to say whether there is broad pro-democracy support here in Hong Kong. So his answers are quite telling. So I know many of you have warned me when I said that I might come here. You said not to come, it's a bad idea, but I had to. That's my job. I'm here in Hong Kong to bring the truth to you because I know we're being sold half a story. We're being sold a narrative that the protest movement are just violent extremists. So I've come here to Hong Kong to film from the front line what's actually happening. Now, we're not the mainstream media. We don't have the big advertisers there. We rely solely on your support. I've come here with one cameraman. I've come here, I'm staying in an accommodation that's economy accommodation. We need your help to actually fund this trip, so please use the donation form at avireports.com to help fund this, and we will bring the truth to you from the front line. Stay with us.